Hello students, today we are going to take up the topic acids. This is under chapter 3 of ICSE Chemistry class 10th. Under this topic we are going to discuss about classification of acids, preparations and properties. Let us start with a very good thought. Life is about growing and improving and getting better. So let us move forward. Learning outcomes from this session is you would be able to explain about definition of acids, classification, preparation, physical properties and chemical properties, uses of acids. Let us start. Very important topic. The first and the foremost is definition of acid. Acid, it is a substance which gives hydronium ion. Hydronium ion means hydronium H3O plus. You have done in chapter 2 chemical bonding. Water when combined with acid, it gives us hydronium ion and it is having coordinate bond. Okay, it's very important structure of coordinate bond. So hydronium ions, when a substance when dissolved in water, it gives hydronium ion. That substance is called an acid. See here, aqueous solution is written. Aqueous solution means water. For example, if you take the simple example HCl. HCl when dissolved in water, it will give us hydronium ion plus chloride ion. Similarly, H2SO4 when dissolved in water, it will give 2 hydronium ions plus sulfate ions. Similarly, nitric acid when dissolved in water give rise to hydronium ion along with nitrate ion NO3 negative. So this is the basic definition. Any substance which when dissolved in water, it gives hydronium ion, that is known as acid. Now we are clear with the definition of acids. We know the examples of acid: hydrochloric acid HCl, sulfuric acid H2SO4, nitric acid HNO3. Now another definition for an acid is non-metal oxide. This is not a definition, this is just a name. It means if a question is asked, name a non-metal oxide which is acid. So you can write example of carbon dioxide or sulfur dioxide or nitrogen dioxide or phosphorus pentoxide. So mean to say that non-metal oxides are acid in nature. So because carbon is non-metal, CO2 is acidic, SO2 is acidic, NO2 is acidic, P2O5 is acidic. So now we are knowing about the definition of acid and we have understood one more concept that non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Let us start with the classification now. Classification we can classify on the basis of source. Source from where we are getting that. Whether we are getting from our body, whether any substance is producing, whether any living matter is producing, living organism is produced, or we are producing in the factory. Second is strength. Strength means how much dissociation takes place, how much ionization. We are going into detail, we will discuss. And based on hydrogen means hydrochloric acid contain HNCl, H2SO4 contain HSNO. So this is what it contains. Next is about the basicity. Basicity also we are going to discuss, and basis based on concentration. Let us discuss one by one. Let us start with based on source. Source means from where we are getting. Where means whether we are producing in our body or we are producing in a factory. Factory from minerals. Minerals means rocks. Okay, so for example, if we are obtaining from minerals, that acid is known as inorganic acids. Inorganic, not as inorganic acid, and it is usually obtained from minerals and prepared in industry. For example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, carbonic acid as well. Organic acid, these are derived from plants. Like grapes contain certain acid, tomatoes contain certain acid, fruits contain some acid, particularly citrus fruits, and sting of bees contain certain acid. So these acid which are obtained from plants and any insects, so that originated acid is known as organic acid, which we are producing in industry, that is called mineral or inorganic acid. Examples are clear to you, so you should be very clear about oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is basically used to remove the iron stains. Please do remember that. And formic acid, it is available in the sting of bees. That's why we are saying that if a sting happens on your skin, you have to apply sodium bicarbonate, which is base in nature. This is acid, sodium bicarbonate is base. So now next classification is strength. Strength is defined by one parameter that is known as degree of ionization. So degree of ionization is what? That is represented by alpha. As you can see from here, alpha. So if a strong acid is there, alpha should be greater than 30%. Examples of strong acids are HCl, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. If alpha is less than 30%, so it means that is a weak acid. So what this alpha means? Alpha means that alpha is equal to degree of ionization is equal to number of acid molecules ionized divided by total number of acid molecules present in aqueous solution. Mean to say that if I am having HCl when dissolved in water give rise to hydronium and chloride ions. Mean to say that how many hydronium ions are formed from one molecule of HCl. Means how much percentage of dissociation is there. If 100 molecules of HCl I am taking, how many molecules are converting into hydronium ion? Whether 100 to 100 is converting or 100 to 40 converting. If 100 to 40 only converting, it means 40% dissociation. If 100 molecule of HCl gives 100 molecule of hydronium ion, it means efficiency is degree of ionization is 100%. So this way some basic idea you should be having that's sufficient enough. If alpha is greater than 30%, then it is a strong. If alpha is less than 30%, it is a weak acid. And alpha is what? Degree of ionization. Okay. So the next classification is hydra acid and oxy acid. It depends on the what it constituent, what is available in that acid. Because see this acid contain hydrogen and non-metal. So the substance which is the acid which containing hydrogen and non-metal is called hydra acid. Examples are hydrochloric acid, hydrochromic acid and hydroiodic acid. Similarly, oxy acid, it contains hydrogen, oxygen and other elements. See here H, O and other element. H, O and other element. Okay. So these are examples of oxy acids. Fine. Next is classification based on the basicity. Basicity means how many hydronium ions are released when it is dissolved in water. When acid is dissolved in water, how many hydronium ions are given. So that gives us the basicity. For example, if I will talk about HI, how many H plus is given here? 1. Similarly, if I am talking of H3PO2, how many H plus is given? 2. It's not 3. You can see this from your book. When you will see the structure, this 3 hydrogen is there, but the oxygen only 2. So mean to say that these 2 hydrogen are combined with this oxygen, and these hydrogen only can be released when it is connected with oxygen, and it is when it is directly connected with phosphorus, it will not be released. So that is the reason that this is dibasic and not tribasic. But H3PO4 is tribasic because these oxygen are connected with hydrogen, and hydrogen that is connected to oxygen, that only will be giving us ionization. Okay. So the basicity of hydrochloric acid is 1, nitric acid is 1, sulfuric acid is 2, phosphorus acid is 2 and phosphoric acid is 3. Next is classification based on concentration. Concentration means how dilute, how much concentrated is there. If let us say if I am taking the bottle of squash, now it's a summer season, squash is there, or let us say we are having sauce and squash, which is dilute? Of course, squash is more dilute as compared to sauce. Sauce will be highly thick. So means to say which is the highly concentrated form, means water is present in less quantity. If I am talking of jam and sauce, so then of course jam is more concentrated. Similarly, if acid present is more, that is called concentrated acid. If water present is less, then also it is known as concentrated. If water present is more, then it's called dilute acid. Now the question sometimes comes, like we want to prepare dilute acid from concentrated acid, how to do? Simply we can add water to the concentrated acid, is it fine? The answer is no. How to do that? We have to take water first. Then we should add drop wise, slowly. Which acid? Concentrated acid, and continuously stirring. So then only we can prepare from concentrated acid to dilute acid. Simply you cannot put the water, accident can be there because of high heat of dilution. Next is valuation of understanding. So I want to know that whatever we have studied now, whether you are aware of that. So this is your task now. So what you have to do is read the problem and pause the video, and you just do this, and after you have completed, you just start the video, so you will be able to know how to do the answers. Okay, so read the question and do it. That's all. Please pause the video now. Okay students, so you might have done these questions. We need to have distinguish. How to distinguish? These are the solutions. You can check your answers. If your answers are right, it means you are going in the right direction. You are understanding the points. Okay, if not, just go back and listen again and then do. Okay, next topic is preparation of acids. Combination is one of the method where two molecules are combining to form an acid, and action of water on non-metal oxide is the second method where non-metal oxide react with water to form sulfurous acid. Similarly, carbon dioxide react with water to form carbonic acid. Okay, the method next is oxidation of non-metal with concentrated nitric acid. This is one of the important reaction, and sulfur when reacted with concentrated nitric acid give rise to sulfuric acid and NO2 and water. Please do remember that if HNO3 is concentrated, always NO2 and water will be there. Similarly, here also HNO3 concentrated is there, NO2 and water will be there. If sulfur is there, sulfur is oxidized to sulfuric acid, phosphorus is oxidized to phosphoric acid. Now you know the sulfur valency is 6, so we have multiplied by 6. Phosphorus valency is 5, we have multiplied by 5. This is easy to remember the reaction. Thereby, how many 6 nitrogen there? So 6 multiplication we have done here. Here 5 nitrogen there, so we have multiplied by 5. Further oxygen we can balance in a very easy manner. That's not a problem. Next method of preparation is by displacement or decomposition. See how NaCl plus H2SO4 concentrated, temperature less than 200 degrees Celsius, NaHSO4 plus HCl. What will be the variation with the temperature? If temperature is greater than 200, what is going to happen is, instead of NaHSO4, Na2SO4 is formed. More in detail, why we are not using temperature less than 200, why we are using temperature less than 200, why not greater than 200, this we will study in detail. So we are now primarily having idea that if temperature is varying, products may vary. Okay. Similarly, if I am taking NaNO3, it will give us NaHSO4 plus HNO3. Here it was HCl and here it is HNO3. And again, if temperature is greater, it will be forming Na2SO4. So there are problems involved in temperature greater than 200. We will discuss in the chapter, let us say in hydrochloric acid and nitric acid. Okay, next is, this is the evaluation. Again the same thing only you have to do. Whatever we have learned, you have to fill the blank, pause the video, check, and the next move ahead. Okay, so these are the answers for your solutions. So you might have done the right answer, I am quite sure. Let us move forward now. So these are the physical properties of acids. Blue litmus to red. It is corrosive in nature, chars the skin black. For example, a one drop of concentrated sulfuric acid when fall on the skin, it will turn that skin into black mass because that will remove moisture. It will dehydrate it and that will becomes black color and sour in taste. These are the basic. Now you can see the litmus action. If it is an acid, any litmus will be converted to red. And similarly, if it is a base, it will be converted into blue. Okay, if it is a neutral solution, it remains as such. Actually, this dry paper is nothing, it is a pH paper. Okay, next. Now, if you see from here, blue litmus solution will turn on the presence into red in presence of acid. Red litmus remains red. Turmeric will be having no change, and methyl orange to red. Phenolphthalein, which is colorless, it remains colorless in acidic solution. So this is the pH scale. If pH is less than 7, that is acid. If 7 is there, neutral, and greater than 7 to 14 is base. Next is universal indicators. So we have discussed already that pH scale is universal indicator. pH is equal to negative log of hydronium ion, and pH is equal to 7 means neutral, pH less than 7 acidic, pH greater than 7 alkaline. And olfactory indicators, those substances whose smell changes in acidic or basic medium. For example, vanilla, onion and chloride. Next is very important, that is chemical properties of acid. Please try to understand that basic logic, this equation which is in the green color, please remember that, and all these reactions are very easy. Metal plus acid, this is a metal, zinc, magnesium, iron. Acid you have added, it gives us metal salt. Now see, zinc and chlorine, zinc valence is 2, chlorine valence is 1, cross multiply zinc chloride. Similarly, magnesium valence is 2, chlorine valence 1, so MgCl2. Similarly, iron valency is 2, sulfate valency is 2, so counterbalance here FeSO4 plus hydrogen. So this equation we have to remember, all are same equations. Similarly, action with base, this is neutralization reaction, base plus acid give rise to salt and water. So which is the base? NaOH. Earlier we discussed metal hydroxide. Metal hydroxide is also a base. Metal oxide also base. Base plus acid give rise to salt and water. Okay. Now, reaction with salt. Which salt? Carbonate salt. If carbonate salt react with acidic, you try to salt, water and carbon dioxide. Similarly, if it is a sulfide, it gives rise to salt, water and SO2. If it is a sulfide, it gives us salt, no water and H2S. Now you should know that carbon dioxide is having colorless, odorless with effervescence, and sulfur dioxide colorless, suffocating, which turns potassium dichromate solution from orange to green, or purple color of potassium permanganate changes to colorless. Similarly, H2S, that is a rotten egg gas smell, and it is colorless and it turns moist lead acetate paper black. Next is about the decomposition. Decomposition previously also we did the temperature less than 200 degree, that reactions. So if temperature is less than 200, it gives rise to NaHSO4. Similarly, if instead of NaCl we are taking KCl, it gives us KHSO4. The thing, small difference is there. Similarly, NaNO3 gives rise to NaHSO4 plus HNO3. KNO3 gives rise to KHSO4 plus HNO3. These reactions all are repeating again. Once you have done, it is very easy to do it now. And please note that whenever this H sulfate, NaH, KH, these are formed, temperature is always less than 200. So these are the uses of acids. If we see, it is used for bleaching purpose in textile industry, purification of common salt, aqua regia making, and dehydrating agent, also known as king of acid. This is about sulfuric acid. Okay, this is about hydrochloric acid. This is about nitric acid, like gold and silver purification, extraction of metals, manufacturing of fertilizers and explosives. Approximately TNT and all that we can make from that. So now this is the evaluation. The same thing you have to do. You have to pause the video, do it, attempt it, and then check your answers. Okay, so thought for the session is life is about growing and improving and getting better. So thanks to the Almighty for His help and blessing.